out here.
Welcome back, amigos, and if you're new here, make sure you go hit that subscribe button below. If you're new to the channel, we got a lot of different content: Harleys, victories, more victories, adventure bikes. We got it all. You'll see a lot of variety here, so please hit that subscribe button, help support our channel, turn on notifications while you're at it, and anything you watch, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. So today, it's a Friday night, hang out in the garage tonight. I got a pile of parts I've been wanting to install on my Rogue Light here. Unrelated to this video, I got a new ST fender I'm going to throw on here. Pretty excited for that. But after someone's deer incident, I've been thinking a lot more about more to light, because we've been riding more at night, more and more. So I pieced together, I am doing some Baja designs. Part of this is too, I keep seeing all the performance bagger guys running the LP6s, and I just can't bring myself to spend $1,800 on lights yet. But I got a pair of these S1s that I'm going to run as some lower auxiliary lights. And I wanted to run the Custom Dynamics or Harley lights, but I kind of just wanted the look of the Baja, so it's a more inexpensive way to get that. And these things are supposed to be pretty bright. I think somewhere around 2,300 lumens each light. So I gave this a lot of thought. The lights were about, I think, $225 for a pair, right off Amazon. I got them in wide cornering lights, so they should have a wide beam pattern with the amber lens. And then to keep the wiring clean, I wanted Harley to have a clean interface. So what I did is I bought this switch pack here, part number 692000172. And what that is a single push button accessory switch. So that will mount either on your Ultra or your Rogue Glide under your bezel there, and it'll give you your push button light, and I believe it'll light up and tell you when your high beams are on. And I should go back. The Baja comes with a very serious harness. But that's more like if you're wiring to a vehicle, that's a lot going on. And
side by side.
I wasn't putting that switch. I'm not drilling anything out of my Harley. It's just not happening. So setting that aside, spare parts. So the other part I bought is this harness right here, your 692001109. And what this does is it tees off and pulls power from your blinker lights. And I was worried that these lights would have too much draw, but Harley from the factory sells this to run their fog lights. So the idea with these is, again, it tees off your blinkers, and it's enough wire to pull the wiring down to the bottom of my crash bars. I'm going to mount these lights, on the bottom of my crash bar somewhere. So that brings in the last piece. I bought some Amazon special universal mounts for these lights. That's the only thing that was cheap. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt, but I can always change these out later. Because I spent Harley quality money on this stuff. And the last idea is, so it'll be Harley wiring all the way to the very end, and in this Baja kit, they give you universal male connectors. So I am going to splice these onto the end of this, so that they will work with the female receptacle on the Baja light. So we're going to get my bike up on the lift probably, get the outer fairing off, and we'll get started. All right, got everything on the lift, got the fairing off. You got to take your speaker grills out, couple bolts where your blinkers go. The last thing here, I got to pull my ignition key out to get this gauge bezel out. So if you see, this button here is going to go right there and replace these there. That blanket, it should be pre-wired there, so we'll show you that when we pull the fairing up. And then otherwise, this harness I bought, as I showed you earlier, tees off. Your factory blinker plug is right there, so it grabs that plug right there in some way or another, if I bought the right plug. And it's going to run down. I'm going to snake it down in between here, down the frame rail, and it comes to one side, and that's where I get into the custom part to go from one side to the other. And I'm going to end up cutting these off and put on the Baja connectors. So we're going to figure that out and keep wiring, and we'll go from there. It's hot. It's like 95 in my garage. All right, so I got my switch in here. So now we got push button. That was the whole idea, was having Harley switches nice and clean. And that's as simple as bolting that button pack right there in place of the factory block off plate. So now I got to figure out some wiring. All right, this turned into a 2-day project, but that's okay. I totally changed my mind where I wanted the lights. I ended up going up high, which mind all the painter's tape, but that's just so I didn't scratch anything. They tuck back kind of nicely into the lower there, and the brackets is the only thing I cheaped on because I wasn't sure I was going to put them from Amazon, but they bolted up all right. These things are insanely bright. The wiring worked like I wanted to, so I got a factory switch. Again, it just tees off your blinker here, and then that's where the blinker will plug back into. And if I come over on this side here, mind all the tape again because you got a push button here, lights up and let you know they're on, and it's one of those things video doesn't do it justice, plus we'll have to get it outside at night, but we'll do a full show the headlights outside at night, and compared to the headlight, that's actually with no headlight right now. My headlight's out because we were just doing some tuning on my amp. So we'll finish this up, we'll put them on the garage door or something, see how how they shoot down the road, and get some miles on them at night and let you guys know what I think. So we got them all wrapped up, and just pulled the bike out into the street to test them, and they are bright. You are getting your dollar's worth. So we'll do a little show here. So there's your regular headlight going down the road. Not terrible, not the best, but there's an extra 4,600 lumens. But I actually think the yellow blends nicely with the the bluish white tone of the headlight. I think they're a hair high. They got to get adjusted down. But there is a lot of light. So I'm happy I spent the money and got the Harley push button. Nice right in the dash here, like where the CVO buttons would be. Nice little accessory light. So it's all factory Harley wiring except for the 2 plugs on the Baja designs. Again, I'll put the part numbers in the description. And we'll do a little ride. I'll get a review and see how these are on the road. But for now, I'm quite happy with the setup. So thanks for watching.